Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October and off.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
This one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Well, this defense for the Cards, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
A confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
After the turnover, here's Murray. They'll roll him out right. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Call it a big loss of 10 there. And it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. And now out is the Cardinal field goal team here. Prater's kick is good. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Lock going to throw.
Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. This drive
2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. $13 yards remaining on 2nd down. They try the left side here with Williams. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Just a loss of a yard. A 3rd and 14. From midfield, here's Locke. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Rashaan Evans, the linebacker, recording the sack there.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? 3rd and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big-time pressure.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taken in at the 11. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Here's Murray. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. The big man, P.J. Hall, had the path to the QB there. 2nd and 16. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's Murray. Finds his running back, James Conner. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Play action. Now it's Murray. And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. Maurice Hurst, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain.
Well, you can just see this one coming, couldn't you? It's an obvious passing situation, 3rd and long. The defense is going to bring in 2 more defensive backs and say, you want to throw? Go ahead. We dare you. And it's just no one open anywhere as they come away with the interception.
2 seconds to go, 1st quarter. On 1st down, Williams. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. 2nd and 7 from the 20. Block now to throw. Left side here, that's the tight end fan. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop him.
Williams. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. His 7th rushing touchdown, 11th overall. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
To the 7-3 lead.
Cardinals 3. Brendan McManus kicking off.
Down here's McManus now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10.
And all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd down and 5. Now Murray off play action. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Credit the sack to Von Miller. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Locke. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Cardinals are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down.
And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get on the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together. He'll go up top here for Hamler.
And got his man complete. A big play there just before halftime. And it'll be 2nd and 10.
Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers, no accusations. Because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
The kick by McManus is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. 1 second, all that remains. A final shot before half for Murray. Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Both teams finishing up their halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football at State Farm Stadium. And for the call, let's head back out to Glendale and hand it over to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.